If I were to ask you what the most important thing about winning a listing presentation is, what would you say? One thing I know it's not about is you. And I think as realtors, we tend to forget that it isn't about us. In fact, listing presentations are entirely about the seller and what's important to them. And generally speaking, there are 4 things that are really important to them: trust, experience, your negotiation skills, and your ability to sell their property skillfully and quickly. So how exactly do you communicate all of this? Stick around, because that's exactly what we're talking about today. I'm sharing my secrets to winning at listing presentations by focusing on 3 things. Thanks for tuning in, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Jackie. I'm a real estate mentor and coach, sharing strategies and tips on how to build your real estate business so you can dominate your market. I would be super appreciative if you could hit subscribe, because that tells YouTube that you actually like my content, and you'll be notified when I drop a new video every Tuesday. It's a question that comes up a lot. What's the best way to give a listing presentation? There actually is no one way that's definitive, and everyone brings a different style and flavor. And as time wears on, you'll develop your own way that's best for you and the seller that you are actually appealing to. But there are some things that we should focus on to give us a leg up, making it harder for the seller to walk away from us and easier for them to choose us as their listing agent. So it comes down to tapping into and showing the seller 3 things: clarity, certainty, and confidence. When we're able to make the seller feel these things, the decision is made for us. When we talk about clarity, this is something we want to provide the seller with. We want them to see the big picture of what we're bringing to the table. So in my listing presentations, my preferred starting point is the big picture, starting with where you want to be, which is your house sold. This way I could work backwards with the help of a timeline to show all the steps that I would be taking to position the house for sale. So just to give you a very top level view of what this looks like and what I talk about with the help of visual aids, I work backwards from receiving and negotiating the offers, and that can sometimes bring up discussions about terms and where the offers can go off the rails, depending on who your seller is, if that's something that interests them. Then we look at the open house, keeping the home in show-ready condition at all times while it's on the market. That can open up a discussion. We talk about prepping and staging the home next, because before the house goes on the open market, that's the step that we take. We talk about decluttering and depersonalizing the home to appeal to the widest net of buyers. And then we look at marketing the home, and I have a bunch of visual aids to assist in that, anything from virtual tours to coming soon videos, as well as the pricing strategy, where we get into a discussion about how to value the home and what other properties are selling for in that neighborhood. And finally, we drill down into prepping the paperwork in advance, from blueprints and surveys and plans to title documents to HOA rules and minutes, if that's applicable in the situation. So you can see that every step of the way, there's an opportunity for the seller to dive into a subject that matters to them. When you take them through the steps this way, you are setting it up to feature your process, which provides clarity on what needs to happen to get this done. So what are you doing here? You're building trust here, and you're actually communicating your experience while providing the clarity that they need. The next thing I mentioned was certainty, showing the seller that you're certain that you can get the results that they're looking for. And this is where you want to build on your home selling expertise by showing the amazing results you get for your clients. So if you've sold homes faster, what are the average days that your listed properties sit on the market? Do you have standout list to price ratios? You want to show all these results off to your seller if that's what matters to them. There are other sellers that might want to talk to you about your marketing strategy to attract the right buyer. Perhaps that is what resonates with them, and that's where you're going to spend most of your time. The goal here is to intuitively answer questions a seller has about hiring you so that you can continue building trust and credibility. What you're showing here is your experience and your ability to sell the property skillfully and quickly. And finally, the third thing that brings this all together is confidence, exuding confidence, because your goal is to instill confidence in the seller so that they will choose you to be their listing agent. So what are some things you can do on your end to ensure that you come across this way? Hands down, the best advice I can give you is know your stuff. Know your market inside out. Know your comps super well. Bring your visual aids and include a prepared package from your brokerage that shows your reputation and your experience. And maybe get there 15 to 20 minutes early and record a coming soon video of the property. Why not? Show it to the seller as part of what you do, so that when the seller turns to you and asks if your commission is negotiable, you are going to turn to them and say that your commission is non-negotiable, largely because if you are willing to undercut the value you're bringing to the table, you'd be just as willing to accept a subpar offer, which absolutely doesn't represent the seller's interest. And not only that, we want to incentivize the buyer's agent to bring us the best buyers available so that we can complete and close this transaction. So before I wrap up this video, I want to be very clear, because I know a lot of you are going to be like, she didn't take us through the steps. I don't know what to do in a listing presentation. I want to know the actual strategy. Here's the thing about strategy. I can give you that strategy, and so can any coach and mentor, and so can any experienced agent in your office. But if you don't provide clarity, show certainty, and exude confidence, you are not going to win the listing presentation, no matter how strong your strategy is. You have to match the mindset with your market knowledge. And when the mindset and the market knowledge are melded together, that is when you have a winning listing presentation. So today my goal was to emphasize what you need to think about and the energy that you are bringing with you into the seller's home to get them to choose you. That's a wrap for today. Don't forget to like this video and give it a thumbs up, and comment below to let me know if you found these insights helpful. Stay motivated, be your resilient selves, and have a fantastic week. And if this resonates for you and you are really feeling this and you won or winning your listing presentations using this strategy, please comment below and let me know.